Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing not my August TBR but my what I'm taking on holiday TBR, because I'm going away with Matilda for about nearly 4 weeks really over the summer. We're not going far, we're going to Dorset to stay in my parents' holiday cottage, and we're staying there for most of the summer, and various people are coming down to join us over that time. My husband's coming for a bit, and grandparents are coming for a bit. Various different grandparents are coming at different times, and then we're visiting grandparents, so it's going to be a really nice time. If you ask my husband, he'll definitely tell you that I don't know how to pack light whenever we go on holiday, and so true to form, there will be a suitcase just for books going, because I'm not getting on a plane, so it doesn't matter how many suitcases I take, and I shall be taking a huge one full of books because I like to have plenty to pick from. So I'm not going to tell you about any of these books. I'm merely going to show you them in batches and tell you what I'm reading them for, because there are various things and projects that I'm taking part in doing, and then I'm hoping to pick up as many of these over the month of August as I can. So let's go. So if you don't know, I am starting working in September in a school, and something that I'm really interested in general, and something that has been highlighted or come to the forefront, is I'm really interested in looking into autism. I'm really intrigued by autism and how it comes about, and the ins and outs of it really. So I have picked a number of books here, and actually there were way more than I expected, and that's sort of how this idea came about. I'm going to be talking about all of these in a special video called Autism in Books, and I'm really excited to read all of these. They've all got autistic characters in here somewhere. So the first one is called Best Laid Plans by Kathy Lette. Now I saw this in a magazine that it had come out, and when I read the synopsis I was like, well, this is perfect for what I'm trying to do in my project. Kathy's son is autistic, and there was times in her life where she was wondering if he was going to meet a girl, if he was ever going to have sex, and she sort of says it did cross her mind, you know, should she hire someone to come in and give him that experience, because he was in his 20s and getting really upset that he hadn't, and then he brings home someone and things change. And I think this is a fictional novel, but it's based on stuff that's happened in her life, and I really like the idea of this one. Kathy Lette writes comic fiction, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Next is a YA called The State of Grace by Rachel Lucas. This is about a girl with Asperger's. I have the original Ginny Moon by Benjamin Ludwig, and this is about a girl who has autism and is moved out of her family home for various bad reasons, I think, by the police, and it's 5 years later and she wants to go back because of something under her bed. These two books are a duology, and that is The Rosie Project and The Rosie Effect. I've had these for ages, I don't know why I haven't read them. They're adult contemporary fiction about a 39-year-old man who's a scientist and wants to sort of find himself a girlfriend. There's The Reason I Jump. This is non-fiction about a boy with autism, and it says in the front, one boy's voice from the silence of autism. The next book I have is Mockingbird by Catherine Erskine. This is about a young girl. She's got autism. She's struggling to come to terms with everything that's going on in her life, and then she reads the dictionary definition of closure and decides that's what she needs, and I'm sure it's going to be an interesting ride. So those are my books that I'll be reading with autistic characters. Next I'll be reading the two books that we are picking up for this month for the Welcome Book Prize that I'm doing with Kitty G. First is Grace Williams Says It Loud by Emma Henderson, and the second is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which I will be reading on my Kindle. I'm planning on a week in August where I upload videos, one a day, on reviews of thriller books that I've read. I've read and uploaded the videos and scheduled already for some of them, but the others that I will be talking about are Out by Natsuo Kirino, You Don't Know Me by Imran Mahood, The Doll Funeral by Kate Hamer, and Ragdoll by Daniel Coe. So keep an eye out for those videos to find out more about those books. The next stack of books are a cross between just because I want to read them and also ones that are on my fantasy bingo challenge. First, I've got Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan Maguire. I loved Every Heart's a Doorway. I need to read this one. I've got Past Mortems by Carla Valentine, about a woman's journey working in a mortuary. I loved Caitlin Doherty's Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Must read this one. I've got a review copy of All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I really enjoyed Carrie's first novel, and so I can't wait to read this one. I've got these books for my fancy bingo, which are Etiquette and Espionage, Curtsies and Conspiracies, and Waistcoats and Weaponry by Gail Carriger, which are books 1, 2 and 3 in this series. I've got Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, which is a YA fantasy. I've got Valor's Choice by Tanya Huff, which is a Federation novel, the first one I will have read, and if I like it I do have a lot more on my shelf, but this is part of Fantasy Bingo also. And I have another review copy, which is Tell It to the Moon by Siobhan Curran, and this is a sequel to The Moonlight Dreamers by her, which I really enjoyed, and so I would like to read this. The final stack of books all fit into the Shelf Slam topic for this month, which is books that start with or have or are related to either Eleanor, Brittany or Janet, which are the three of us that are doing it. So the books have to start with E, J or B. So first is a review copy I was sent of Broadcast by Liam Brown. This starts with a B for Brittany. Secondly, Black Dog Summer, which is by Miranda Sherry, which is a book written by the same author as Bone Mill for Roses, which I loved, and so this is B for Brittany also. I've got Eating the Cheshire Cat by Helen Ellis, which is a story set in the South. I think it's about beauty pageants. It was set in Alabama. Yeah, it's sort of like a relationship novel. Starts with E for Eleanor. Next, I've got two books, which are The Trouble with Mistletoe and Sweet Little Lies, which are book 1 and 2 in a new series by Jill Shalvis, and I'm using the J for Janet in here. Next, I have Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, and I'm using the E in this, or in fact I could use Eleanor because that is my name, Eleanor. And finally, I'm taking Mad Girl by Bryony Gordon. I've wanted to read this for a while. It's non-fiction. It's about Bryony Gordon's dealing with OCD, and it's yeah, it's meant to be very good. I've wanted to read it. I'm hoping it's a bit funny, and I'm using the B in Bryony Gordon for B for Brittany. So whew, lots to be picking up and choosing from. So my suitcase will be heavy, but it's going in the car. These are the books that I'll potentially be reading in August. Let me know what you'll be reading. I'm looking forward to finding out, and check out my channel. Make sure you subscribe if you want to continue to be reminded when my videos go up, and to check out the videos because I've got some good projects coming up soon. Anyway, that's it from me, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.